Whether you want to get a good start on the new year, or whether you want to find a little nugget of information that helps you become more effective as a supervisor, a manager, or a safety person, on this episode, we're going to be exploring 3 ways to help supercharge your effectiveness. Now, one of the things that I say during my speeches and presentations that really seems to resonate really well with meeting attendees is competence is the level you will be trained to, excellence is a personal choice beyond that. Competence is the level that you will be trained to. Excellence is a personal choice beyond that. So here we are in the beginning of 2017, and it's time to take stock of how we did last year and make some decisions about how satisfied we are with the results that we got last year. Supervisors, managers, and safety people, you really do have a choice to make for the next year. You can choose to be only as good as you were last year, to allow yourself to be complacent in your learning and your effectiveness, or you can choose to supercharge your effectiveness this year. Now, here's a little hint. Complacency takes a whole lot less effort, but it isn't nearly as rewarding, so you know. But now, even knowing this, some of you are still going to choose to be satisfied with the results that you're getting now, and somehow believing that as if by magic, your people are suddenly going to come to their senses and figure out how to embrace safety in their everyday lives. Of course, I made an assumption on saying that, but I'm also assuming, though, that you're looking to get more effectiveness from your people this year in safety, aren't you? And if you are, how are you going to accomplish that without investing in your own new skills and information first? You see, frontline employees get better at the job when they get skills development. It's the same thing for supervisors and safety people. You become more effective when you get new skills, new ideas, new strategies. And as I wrote in PeopleWork on page 194, there's no such thing as the status quo. You're either moving forward or you're falling behind. Everything is in a constant state of motion. In order to remain relevant and effective in our work, we all need to improve. We do this by learning to push our own boundaries. PeopleWork, page 194. See, one key way to supercharge your effectiveness as a supervisor or safety person is to help employees transform their skill set. Help them to improve their abilities and their results. If you can be the catalyst that helps other people to become more effective, you yourself become way more effective. And the person who's able to increase the effectiveness of other people becomes incredibly valuable to their organization. So how do you help others to improve themselves? Well, it starts with your approach. Telling others how to be compliant with safety rules, that's definitely one approach. But there's no guarantee that what you say is going to last. You may have to repeat yourself again tomorrow. So you got to be clear on what you expect your good people to do either differently, better, or more effectively. And you start by asking yourself one question before engaging in any conversation. That question is, what is the transformation that you want them to have? What's the transformation that you want them to have? What is it exactly that you want someone else to do better or differently? In order for someone to become more effective, they're going to have to transform the results they're getting presently. And transform simply means to change in character or condition. To change in character or condition. So you're going to have to give them input on more than just rules and procedures. You're going to have to help employees to become better and more effective. You're going to have to figure out the exact transformation you want them to have before you engage them in your conversation. You're going to have to try and figure out a way for them to transform themselves easily in a way that they agree with and something in that they can see the benefit of doing. So here are 3 ways that you can begin to help others have a transformation as the result of your coaching and mentoring. Number 1, get personal. See, individual transformations don't happen in group settings. So stop thinking that you can simply show a few PowerPoint slides at a safety meeting and suddenly your people will all transform. Nope, doesn't happen that way. Each person learns differently. No 2 people need to work on exactly the same thing. So your approach is going to have to differ for each person. Then you can use your safety meetings to build on teamwork and motivation for safety, but you're still going to need to engage employees one-on-one in the field. There's no way around this. Get out into the field, have the conversations, and watch their performance begin to transform. Strategy 1, Get personal, get involved in the one-on-one conversations. Number 2, Get their attention in a positive way. You know, the number one reason I'm hired to speak at safety meetings is to help employees and management develop a positive, new perspective on safety. Something that doesn't rely on gruesome photos and gut-wrenching videos and stories of "don't do what he did." See, those kinds of scare tactics just get momentary compliance, but it doesn't stick. Why? Because there's nothing in it for the employee. What's their payoff? Not getting hurt? They're not hurt now. So scare tactics will only force blind compliance with rules. But it's important to help employees view safety as so much more than just rules and procedures. That's how you help improve your safety culture. Safety managers and supervisors need to get the attention of their people in a positive way. They need to help establish a new perspective on safety. And once that new perspective has been set, they can then springboard with one-on-one field conversations and skills development. But if you want to build a positive safety culture, I'll tell you right now, negative scare tactics won't get you there. Strategy 2 is to get their attention in a positive way. And then number 3, people work over paperwork. Look, there's no doubt that paperwork and forms are important for tracking safety performance. I get that. And yes, they're also important for helping people to focus on hazard assessments as they prepare for their next task. But people don't engage in forms and paperwork. They engage with other people. A supervisor or safety person who can help employees to understand their value to the company will be more engaging than a form. Safety is about protecting our good people. So help make employees feel their importance. When people feel like they matter at work, they're more likely to protect their value by choosing to align with the safety program. And while safety people may have a lot of paperwork to cover off, remember this important point. You help your people on their time, you do the paperwork on your time. Strategy number 3, people work over paperwork. And from this point forward, I want you to stop thinking of your work as trying to improve your safety numbers. Instead, start thinking of ways of how you can transform your people and in turn, transform your safety culture.